Before time began, before light existed, before the universe had a name, something already was. What if the story of Jesus doesn't start in a manger, but before creation itself? What if the gospel begins not with an event, but with a truth that changes how we see everything? The Gospel of John opens in a way unlike any other. It does not begin with genealogy, prophecy, or birth. It begins with eternity. In the beginning was the Word. With these words, John reaches back beyond history, beyond memory, beyond imagination. He takes us to a place before time had motion, before matter had form, and there he tells us the Word already existed. This Word was not created. This Word did not come into being. The Word was already there, and the Word was with God. This tells us something profound. The Word existed in relationship, not isolated, not alone, face to face with God, distinct yet united. John is careful here. He does not say the Word became God later. He says the Word was God, fully divine, fully eternal. This single sentence reshapes everything. Jesus is not simply a teacher who appeared in history. He is not a prophet who discovered truth. He is the eternal Word through whom all things came into existence. John continues, saying that through him all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. Every star, every ocean, every breath, every moment of your life traces its origin back to the Word. Creation itself speaks his name. And then John introduces a theme that runs through the entire Gospel: life and light. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. This is not just biological life. This is life with meaning, purpose, and direction. Life that illuminates, life that reveals truth in a dark world. Light shines in the darkness, John says, and the darkness has not overcome it. This is not poetic optimism. It is a declaration of victory. Darkness tries to resist, darkness tries to suppress, darkness tries to distort, but it cannot overcome the light. Then John shifts the focus to a man sent by God, John the Baptist. He was not the light, but he came to testify about the light. This matters because it shows us something about God's way of working. God sends witnesses before revelation. He prepares hearts before truth arrives. John the Baptist's role was not to draw attention to himself, but to point toward the coming light. And then John says something deeply sobering. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. The Creator stepped into his creation, and creation did not know him. This is one of the great tragedies of history. The Word who formed humanity was rejected by humanity. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But the story does not end there. To all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. This is one of the most powerful promises in Scripture. Not servants, not distant followers, children, not born of natural descent, nor of human decision, nor of a husband's will, but born of God. Faith is not something we manufacture. It is a gift that brings us into a new identity. Belief is not merely intellectual agreement. It is reception, welcoming the Word into our lives. Then John reaches the heart of the gospel. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. This is the mystery of incarnation. The eternal Word did not remain distant. He did not shout instructions from heaven. He became flesh. He entered human weakness, limitation, and vulnerability. The Word moved into the neighborhood. John says we have seen his glory. Not a glory of power and dominance, but glory full of grace and truth. Grace and truth are not opposites. In Jesus they exist together. Grace without truth becomes empty comfort. Truth without grace becomes crushing. Jesus embodies both perfectly. John the Baptist again bears witness, saying that the one coming after him has surpassed him because he was before him. Even though Jesus appeared later in history, he existed before all things. From his fullness, John says, we have all received grace upon grace. This means grace layered upon grace, unending, continuous, not earned, not exhausted. The law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. The law reveals God's holiness. Grace reveals God's heart. The law shows us what is right. Grace shows us how God restores what is broken. No one has ever seen God, John concludes, but the one and only Son, who is himself God and is in closest relationship with the Father, has made him known. Jesus is not just a messenger from God. He is the revelation of God. If you want to know what God is like, look at Jesus, his compassion, his mercy, his authority, his sacrifice. The invisible God became visible. This passage invites us to rethink everything we assume about power, identity, and meaning. The one who created the universe chose humility. The eternal Word chose mortality. The source of life chose to enter death so that death could be defeated. John's opening is not just theology, it is invitation. An invitation to step out of darkness into light. An invitation to receive life instead of merely existing. An invitation to become a child of God. The Word still speaks today, not in thunder but in truth, not in force but in grace. The same Word that called creation into being calls hearts into renewal. Light still shines in the darkness, and the darkness still cannot overcome it. Thank you for watching this video on Holy Path Insights. If this reflection helped you see the gospel in a deeper way, please like the video, follow the channel and share it with others. Your support helps spread timeless truth and hope to more people around the world.